A fine good afternoon to you, love warriors. Welcome back to Dating in the Next Chapter, the podcast where we embrace the chaos, the comedy, and courage of dating over 50. I'm your host, Rick, R-I-C-K, the wisecracking, truth spilling, significantly caffeinated friend you didn't know you needed, but you do. So here we go. Today's topic: how to avoid oversharing when you're dating over 50. Or, as I like to call it, don't emotionally streak on the first date. Look, if you've made it to 50 and you're still willing to swipe right, sign up, or show up for your first date, you're already a rock star. You've survived the awkward teenage years. Yeah, I've survived it. Long relationships, the breakups, maybe a divorce or two, or even lost the love of your life. So, first, respect. But now you're back in the dating game, and holy midlife crisis. Batman, the rules have changed. There's texting, there's ghosting, emoji code, and more yellow flags in a NASCAR race. And sometimes, in all the excitement, fear, and oh my God, I still got it. You might find yourself blurting out your entire life story over the appetizers. Don't do it like I think I did a couple dates ago. Don't do it. Why we overshare? Let's be honest. We overshare for the same reason. We open the fridge 10 times a night. We're seeking comfort. Vulnerability can feel like a connection, especially when you're hungry for one. And when you finally meet someone who doesn't chew with their mouth open and laughs at your jokes. So you want to bond, and there's nothing wrong with that. But oversharing too early is like showing someone your tax returns on the first date. Don't want to do that. Don't ask for that. No one wants to see emotional receipts right away. And tip number one: save the lifetime movie for later. Yes, your ex ran off with your neighbor and your dog, and you survived on wine and Cheez Its for 6 months. Yep, everybody's seen that before. But your date doesn't need that in the first 10 minutes. Think of early dating like a movie trailer, just enough to show you're interested, not the whole plot, including the sad parts, the deleted scenes. Give them the PG version, not the director's cut. Tip number two: practice the 80 true 20 rule. Like easy for me to say. Let the conversation be 80% light, curious, and fun. Your favorite travel spots, weird hobbies, that'll work. Uh, Guilty pleasure TV shows, and only 20% personal depth, not to show all your cards. It's okay to mention you've been through some things. We all have. But if you feel yourself slipping into a deep end of the vulnerability pool, paddle back to shallow water. Dating is not therapy unless your date pulls out a clipboard. And if they do, run, run. I've heard that before. Tip number three: know your don't say that yet list. Yeah, I've been arrested a few times and I did this, I did that. Don't do that. Before you date, make a list of things that are off limits for the first few dates. Here are some good ones. The bitter details of your voice. Don't talk about that. The exact date and time your spouse passed away. That's hard, but it happens. Don't talk about your financial situation unless you're trying to scare them off, and that could do it for sure. Health issues that sound like a WebMD horror movie? No, that's a no. How lonely you are, how lonely you are, and how ready you are to move in together next Tuesday. Yeah, you can't rush that. Yes, all of this part of your truth, but timing, my friends, is everything. It really is. You wouldn't serve a steak half cooked, and you shouldn't serve your life story raw either. Tip number four: let curiosity be a star. Instead of trying to be impressive or fully known on date one, be curious, ask questions, ask about them. What makes them laugh? What books they fake read? Whether they think pineapple belongs on pizza Let the conversation unfold naturally. You find yourself oversharing, change course, and ask about your date. Always make it about them, not less about you. People love to feel heard and see what you're interested in getting to know them. Real connection does take time. Trust grows in teaspoons and not tidal waves. Final thoughts: you're not a wreck, you're in a renovation. Just because you've had some wreckage in your life doesn't mean you're wrecked. You've got stories, you've got strength, and probably better credit than you did in your 20s. You're not broken, you're seasoned, slightly spicy. A cast iron skillet that's been through some heat but still cooks right. So don't feel like you have to explain or defend your whole life on the first few dates. You just can't do it. Hold back on some of this. Let people earn the good stuff. Let them unwrap your story like a gift, not rip it open like junk mail. And in closing, all right, I want to hear from you. Have you overshared on a date and then thought, oh no, why did I say that? Yeah, I did that myself. Or do you have tips for keeping it light and fun in those early dating conversations? And I'd really like to know those. Everybody would like to know those. We want to help everyone here. So drop your stories in the comments. We're all in this together, folks. And if you like this episode, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to be reminded not to unpack their emotional suitcase on the first date. So until next time, keep your heart open and your stories selectively released. Good day, friends. Talk to you soon.